A vast number of doors across the world have remained closed for decades, and sometimes even centuries. But why is that? Though we may feel that we have the power to unlock any door in the world, some of them have been sealed shut for a good reason. As a result, nobody has been able to uncover the treasures and secrets they might conceal. Our story is about 4 such doors that have successfully managed to keep their secrets hidden to this very day. The Taj Mahal is perhaps one of the most romantic buildings in the world, located in India. Its construction began in 1631 by Shah Jahan to honor the memory of his third wife whom he loved dearly. They had been married for nearly 19 years, but she died in childbirth with her 14th child. Devastated by the loss of his beloved, the ruler decided to perpetuate her memory by building a majestic monument. It took 20 years, 1,000 elephants, and 20,000 men to erect the structure. The architecture of the mausoleum is unique, with 40-meter-high minarets. They are not just beautiful but also placed for practical reasons. In the 17th century, a significant part of the structure collapsed under its own weight. The architect decided to separate the towers from the main building to prevent further damage. The minarets were also installed at a slope so that if they collapsed, their debris would not hit the rest of the building. The Taj Mahal is not only a monument to eternal love but also a very mysterious place. It has many closed rooms where no one can enter. In the photos taken from the side of the riverbank, you can notice the 2-level base. Like many other rooms in the palace, it is securely sealed. There are several theories to explain why the entrance to some parts of the building was closed during Shah Jahan's time and remains closed today. Some researchers believe that the locked room is made of marble, which gives off calcium carbonate on contact with carbon dioxide. This results in cracks in the marble, and the rooms are sealed to protect them and hide them from the public. There's also no ventilation in these areas. If too much carbon dioxide gets into the basement of the building, it could destroy all 4 towers surrounding the Taj Mahal. However, this is just one possible cause. There is also speculation that Mumtaz Mahal, the wife of Shah Jahan, is buried in the Taj Mahal. Proponents of the theory are convinced that her body still rests in the lower part of the palace, completely unchanged since her death. The Great Sphinx at Giza is a magnificent monument, with many reasons to learn about it. One of the reasons is the mystery that surrounds it. The Sphinx is the largest monolithic statue in the world, standing at 20 meters high, 19 meters wide, and 73 meters long. Scientists estimate that it was built 4,500 years ago. The Sphinx is found in both Egyptian and Greek mythology, and it is a creature with the head of a woman and the body of a lion. When someone says the Sphinx is a riddle, it refers to the Great Sphinx of Giza, and it's not just a metaphor. Hundreds of workers labored for about 3 years to complete the construction of the Sphinx. However, evidence shows that the monument was much larger than it is today. Archaeologists have been able to uncover huge blocks of stone and tools in the vicinity of the statue. Interestingly, the workers who built the Sphinx were not slaves. They had a good meal, even lamb meat was part of their ration. However, that's not the main secret kept by the mighty Sphinx. Using a seismograph, scientists have discovered rectangular chambers at a depth of nearly 8 meters located underground just under the paws of the Sphinx. It is believed that the chambers contain the Hall of Chronicles, where ancient scrolls may hold the secret of life itself. Some also believe that the ancient Egyptians documented the history of ancient Atlantis, the mysterious lost continent. Unfortunately, there is no scientific support for these theories. Archaeologists believe that the chambers have 2 entrances, but both are sealed. Authorities today have placed a ban on further exploration of the mystery of the underground chambers. Padmanabhaswamy Temple is a true jewel of Kerala. Do we get a prize for the pronunciation of this name? But beauty isn't the only reason why this incredible structure is popular all over the world. Hidden in the basement of the temple are 6 chambers marked with the letters A, B, C, D, E, and F. I guess they were not originally called that. The entrance to these chambers is preceded by huge iron doors. A few years ago, the authorities finally decided to find out what those doors were hiding. They went to a lot of trouble to open them, but the results were worth it. So in 2011, 5 of the 6 chambers revealed untold treasure troves of gold, gems, and jewelry, with diamonds. The wealth discovered was valued at the incredible sum of $1 trillion. And what is the fate of the 6th chamber? Chamber B remains sealed, but not because it hasn't been tampered with. Many believe that a terrible curse guards the door to the cell. Hypothetically, it could be broken by a special mantra, to be properly recited by a saint or a sage, but today there is no one who can do it. It's said that in the 30s, several burglars tried to break in to steal the treasure. But they failed. Terrible snakes that appeared literally out of nowhere frightened the burglars. However, no one can confirm the authenticity of this story. But according to the version of the Auditor General of India, Vinod Rai, which he told the Supreme Court, Cell B had already been opened and more than once. He claims that since 1990, people have been able to visit inside at least 7 times. Nothing terrible has happened to them. In central China, beneath a huge hill surrounded by poisonous mercury, rests the body of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. His ashes have been undisturbed for over 2,000 years. The first emperor was the ruler of the Qin kingdom. He was very young when his father died, and power passed to him. So the state was ruled by a prime minister until Qin Shi Huangdi was 22 years old. The emperor planned to gain control of the 6 warring states that existed on the territory of ancient China. He successfully accomplished the task of uniting the country under the Qin dynasty. The emperor died on September 10, 210 BC. In 1974, several peasants were digging a well near the city of Xi'an in China. They found something unusual: a huge terracotta warrior. After this find, a massive excavation began, and it continued for more than 4 decades. This terracotta warrior was just one of several thousands of statues. Amazingly, the warriors have different facial features, clothing, and hairstyles. Scientists have estimated that there may be as many as 8,000 clay warriors. Today, they have only managed to locate 2,000. The central tomb, in which the emperor is believed to rest, has not yet been studied. Surprisingly, the beginning of its study depends not on the verdict of the authorities but only on the scientists. Archaeologist Christine Romy believes that today there is no suitable technology to carry out a proper excavation of the tomb properly. Ancient sources describe how the first emperor built his underground city. Its vaults shimmered like pearly stars in the night sky. Sima Qian, the historiographer of the Han Dynasty, states in his book Historical Notes that observation towers and palaces for numerous officials were built in the tomb of Qin Shi Huangdi. He also states that there are masses of treasures and rare objects in the tomb. Streams of liquid mercury surrounded the emperor's tomb, with the 2 largest ones embodying the Huanghe and Yangtze rivers, the largest in China. In ancient China, mercury was believed to give immortality, but it could also be the cause of the emperor's death. He was so afraid of dying that he regularly took mercury pills. Mercury rivers are one of the main reasons why scientists are wary of beginning excavations of the tomb. It could be dangerous not only for themselves but also for the environment. The soil samples from the tomb were found to have very high levels of mercury. Thank you for watching this video. Share your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to new videos. Stay tuned.